Welcome to News About Geology. Today, we're diving into one of the greatest mineral discovery stories of our time. It's a real geological detective story, and it takes us all the way to the South Gobi region of Mongolia to solve the mystery of Oyu Tolgoi. Just picture this, that incredible image, right? It comes from a local elder, and it just perfectly captures the raw, explosive excitement at the heart of our story. A moment of pure triumph for explorer Robert Friedland. But here's the thing, this discovery, it didn't just happen overnight, not even close. It's a tale of ancient clues, modern science, some brutal near misses, and just incredible persistence. All right, so to really get this, we've got to rewind the clock, way back, because the very first clues, they were left thousands of years ago, almost like whispers passed down through generations. And what's so fascinating here is that this discovery wasn't some lightning strike. It was a slow burn, building for centuries. I mean, the story really kicks off in the Bronze Age. You've got ancient miners leaving behind the first little hints. Then let's jump forward to 1957. Soviet geologists show up and they flag the area's potential. But the really crucial modern piece of the puzzle, that comes in 1983. A Mongolian geologist, D. Garamjov, and you're gonna want to remember that name, he spots these key indicators, things like copper staining and alteration, the exact kind of geological clues that make an explorer's heart absolutely race. This brings up a point that gets missed so often in these big discovery stories, the sheer power of local knowledge. I mean, think about it. The name Oyu Tolgoi literally means turquoise hill, and in Mongolia, place names are often a huge clue. There's another massive mine, Erdenet, which was found at a place called Erdenet Ovo, Precious Hill. For centuries, the local history and the language itself were basically pointing the way. It was the very first treasure map, hidden in plain sight. Okay, so fast forward to the 1990s. This is when a huge political shift happens, a change that would crack this geological cold case wide open and create an opportunity that honestly had never existed before. So the Soviet era ends and Mongolia transitions to democracy and a market economy. And just like that, for the first time, the country's doors are thrown open. It's basically an invitation to international companies to come in and help unlock its massive mineral potential. You could say this was the moment the starting gun was fired on the modern search for Oyu Tolgoi. And who were the first major players on the scene? Well, they formed a joint venture. It was this perfect fusion, right? You had Mongolian experience from the state-owned Erdenet Mining Corporation on one side, and on the other, you had American capital and tech from a company called Magma Copper. This partnership, its whole purpose was to systematically hunt for world-class copper deposits. Of course, every good detective story needs its lead investigators. On the international side, you had S. Dikia Ko, a sharp, multilingual geologist from Magma. And on the Mongolian side, well, it's our returning hero, D. Garamjov, the very same guy who saw those copper stains way back in '83. So these two, their team, they just poured over decades of old Russian and Mongolian maps and reports, trying to pinpoint the absolute most promising targets. So the dream team is assembled, the clues are all there, but as you know, the path to a discovery like this is almost never a straight line. The next part of this story, well, it's full of tantalizing hopes and just some absolutely crushing disappointments. Then in 1996, the game completely changes. The stakes get way higher. A mining supergiant, BHP, comes in and acquires Magma Copper. Now, with massive resources at their disposal, the team, pushed on by D. Garamjov's unwavering conviction, finally zeroes in on the Oyu Tolgoi area. You can just feel it, right? This was it. The moment of truth felt like it was right around the corner. So between 97 and 98, BHP really throws its weight behind this thing. We're talking 23 deep, expensive diamond drill holes straight into the earth. This was a massive exploration program. It was a clear sign they were confident they were onto something huge. And the result? Absolutely heartbreaking. It was like they found all the smoke, but no fire. The drill cores, they showed encouraging signs, sure, little hints of a system, but nothing, and I mean nothing, close to the world-class deposit they were hunting for. The treasure was still elusive, buried just out of reach. So here we are, it's 1999, and the doubt is really starting to set in. I mean, after all that work, after millions of dollars, you have to ask the question, was Oyu Tolgoi just a myth, a geological ghost story? And BHP, well, they seem to think so. They slashed their exploration budget, packed up their Mongolia office, and put the whole project on the shelf. The trail had officially gone cold. In the world of mineral exploration, moments of doubt just like this are incredibly common. You're facing this wall of negative data, and to stay the course, man, that requires some serious expertise and conviction. And hey, if you're fascinated by the science behind these kinds of high-stakes decisions, you should absolutely check out P. Geo Ricardo Vall's YouTube channel. He has some fantastic, really deep geological insights over there. But the story was not over, not by a long shot, because as they say, one company's dead end is another's golden opportunity. And the final act of this drama, it begins with a brand new player, a huge gamble, and a complete, total reliance on the intuition of a local expert. So, in May of 2000, in steps Ivanhoe Mines, led by that super energetic guy from our opening quote, Robert Friedland. Now, these guys were smaller, they were more nimble, and they were willing to take a huge risk on what was basically BHP's leftovers. They scooped up the Oyu Tolgoi concession, and just like that, the search was back on. And Ivanhoe went all in. They started drilling hole after hole after hole. But by the time they hit hole 149, they were in the exact same boat as BHP. Encouraging signs? Yeah. Jackpot? Nope. By mid-2001, the money was pretty much gone. They had just enough left in the budget for 3 final deep drill holes. The entire project, everything, came down to this one last shot. So in this incredibly dramatic moment, the team turns to the one person who knows this lands better than anyone, D. Garamjov. They basically said, use your decades of experience, use your gut, tell us where to put drill hole number 150. Okay, so it's July 2001. The drill rig is churning away at the exact spot Garamjov picked. It hits 590 meters, and then, eureka! I mean, the drill didn't just find a little mineralization. It punched through into a completely new, totally unknown zone of porphyry mineralization. When the assays came back, they were staggering. World-class grades of gold, copper, molybdenum, the works. This was it. Hole OTD 150 had found the heart of the beast. The myth was absolutely real. So the mystery is solved. Now let's do what any good detective would do and look back at the case files. Because this spectacular success, it wasn't just dumb luck. No way. It was the result of a very specific combination of ingredients, a true discovery formula. So what was in this secret sauce? Well, first up, local expertise. Trusting Garamjov's gut feeling was the final, absolutely crucial step. Next, you needed international capital. Without the high-risk money from companies like BHP and Ivanhoe, they just never would have drilled deep enough. Third, you needed favorable laws. Mongolia's 1997 minerals law made it a safe bet for companies to invest. Fourth, the timing had to be right, and it was. The discovery hit right as a new commodities boom was kicking off. And finally, maybe most importantly, persistence. Just the sheer refusal to give up after decades of hints and years of expensive, frustrating failures. Man, what a story. The Oyu Tolgoi discovery is just an epic tale of geological detective work. And it really leaves us with this thrilling question for the future, doesn't it? What other giants like Turquoise Hill are still out there, lying hidden just beneath our feet, waiting for that same perfect storm of technology, capital, local knowledge, and pure, stubborn persistence to finally bring them into the light? And hey, for more on subjects just like this, I really do recommend visiting P. Geo Ricardo Vall's channel. Now, if you found this story interesting, please do us a favor and subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share this channel with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring.
Welcome to GeoVoices, your go-to YouTube channel for concise and engaging videos on geology and the latest geological news. Whether you're a seasoned geologist, an earth science student, or simply an enthusiast, GeoVoices offers insightful content that caters to a diverse professional audience. Stay informed with our expertly curated updates on groundbreaking discoveries, innovative research, and practical insights from the field. Join our community and enhance your geological knowledge by subscribing to GeoVoices on YouTube, GeoVoice.
I think these videos are brilliant, and I'm sure you will like them too. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell.